I'm back with the solutions to the homework problems. This is page 240, questions 9 through 14. And I asked you to try them on your own first and not go to this video unless you were stuck or done. And when you're watching the video, please fix your answers. And when you are done with this, you are done with this section, please either take a photo of what you have or scan it and send it to me. Either that, if you don't have that capability, hold on to it and hand it in at the end of the 2 weeks. So for problem number 9, it says give the molar mass for a number of elements and use 4 significant digits in correct units. So I've given you the answers here. All of these have 4 significant digits. And remember, for elements, we're just looking on the periodic table and we're using the atomic mass and labeling it in grams per mole. So that's how you figure those out. For question number 10, it says, how many atoms are in the following? So for A, we have 12.01 grams of carbon. So I use my bridge notation and I look up carbon, which is right here on my periodic table. Now, your book is using 4 significant digits for everything because there are some of these numbers that are really long and that keeps it a little more manageable. So I'm going to stick with that, 4 significant digits. So we see here that the molar mass of carbon is 12.01. So I put 12.01 grams of carbon on the bottom is 1 mole of carbon. But I want to get to the number of atoms, and I know that 1 mole of carbon contains 6.022 times 10 to the 23rd atoms of carbon. I go through, my units all cancel. I'm left with atoms of carbon. And so my answer, and even my 12.01 cancels out. My answer is 6.022 times 10 to the 23rd atoms of carbon. I'll try to keep the problems in view as I'm doing them. Sorry if I haven't. Okay, so for B, I am given 16 grams of oxygen. When I look it up on my periodic table, the molar mass, when I round this off, is 16.00 grams of oxygen. So 16.00 grams of oxygen are in 1 mole of oxygen. But I'm trying to get to atoms. So I know that 1 mole of oxygen contains 6.022 times 10 to the 23rd atoms of oxygen. So when I go through and cancel, I'm left with atoms of oxygen. My 16s cancel, so I'm left with 6.022 times 10 to the 23rd atoms of oxygen. And then for C, they want me to convert 1.08 grams of hydrogen to atoms of hydrogen. And again, I go to my periodic table. I see that the molar mass is 1.008, rounded off, grams of hydrogen. That is 1 mole of hydrogen. 1 mole of hydrogen contains 6.022 times 10 to the 23rd atoms of hydrogen. So when I go through and cancel my units, they all cancel. This number cancels, and I'm left with 6.022 times 10 to the 23rd atoms of hydrogen. So why would the book have me do a problem like this where all of them are the same answer? Well, to show you that with these different elements, they all contain the same number of atoms. They're all 1 mole, but they all have different masses because when you look at this, hydrogen is the least massive of all the atoms. So it only makes sense that it has the least amount of mass in a mole, just like I talked about yesterday, where if, say, I have a dozen chocolate-covered strawberries, they are not going to have the same mass collectively as a dozen donuts. So that was the purpose of this. I'm going to stop this video right now before I do the other problems, so I don't have the problem yesterday of the videos being too long. So the rest of the problems will be in different parts.